Welcome to Paws to Celebrate. Thank you for joining us for this virtual event, and we hope you are ready to picture your impact. I am 13 on your side health reporter, Val Lego, and this is Mitten. Mitten is one of the 4 puppies that WZZM named, and today we're going to give you a chance to name your own puppy. So stay tuned to find out how. I am so excited to be here today because Paws has a special place in my heart. I always wanted to be a foster puppy raiser, so when I had the chance to do that with Paws, I jumped at it. I raised not just 1, but 2. And so many people watched me go through this process and said they didn't know how they could ever give up a dog after raising it for a year. And I said, the tears that you might shed when you turn them in are no comparison to the tears of joy when you know that they have given somebody their independence. I got to see that firsthand with CJ, and now she is helping a woman with cerebral palsy live in her own apartment for the very first time, and I couldn't be prouder. So we'd like to start off by thanking our amazing sponsors. Our presenting sponsor is Masco Corporation. Masco Corporation is a global leader in the design, manufacture, and distribution of branded home improvement and building products. We are grateful for all the creative ways that they have supported Paws. They have been especially helpful over the last year. We cannot thank them enough. We would also like to thank our day sponsors, Stanley Steamer and Crispy Media Group. Crispy Media Group generously helped create the videos you receive through email if you have subscribed to Paws email list or that you may have seen on our social media. Crispy Media also helped create the client story video that we will be seeing later in the event. We also want to thank Chowhound, Gun Lake Casino, COM 616 Public Relations, Holland Litho, HR Collaborative, Mutual of America, J.C. Heisinger, and Melissa and Martin Bulk. Your support is appreciated more than you know. So today, we will follow the journey of a Paws dog from the baby puppy stage all the way to placement with a client. Along the way, you will be able to see how your gift can impact each stage of a dog's journey. Over the first 3 days of our online event, we raised $51,239. And by the end of the day, we need you to help us reach our goal to raise $100,000. Because of our outstanding individual sponsors, today we have a $15,000 match. That means for every dollar you donate, your gift will be doubled. A special thank you to Mary White, Gary and Nancy Hickey, Dr. Deb Ramsey, Jim and Deb Hesseman, Diane J. Landers, and Douglas J. Dock, Bart and Ann Merkel, and Susan West. In addition to today's 5K match, we have another special opportunity. Every gift of $250 or above will be entered into a drawing to name a puppy from the Paws to Celebrate litter, just like we did with Mitten. We will draw those names during today's event, and it is so easy to donate. Click the link in the chat right on the side of your screen, or you can visit pawswithacause.org. As you watch today, we would like you to picture the impact you can have on the life of a Paws dog. Now I am happy to introduce Paws CEO Michelle Sahosky to talk about the first step in the journey of a Paws dog. Let's go.
Thank you, Val. And welcome to all of you out there. Thank you for joining us for our annual Paws to Celebrate. This is one of my favorite days because we can stop and celebrate our amazing Paws dogs and the amazing community, you, that makes the stories you are going to hear today possible. This year is all about picturing your impact, and we are going to give you a glimpse into every part of the process, from puppy all the way to fully trained service dog. And it all starts here with a puppy. The puppy I have today is 7.5 weeks old, and next week she will be starting her journey as a Paws foster puppy and future assistance dog. But more about that in a minute. First, did you know that Paws With A Cause started back in 1979 with a single goal to help one family with a hearing dog? Now, 43 years later, Paws has served over 3,100 individuals with disabilities, and we have more waiting for life-changing Paws dogs every day. For me, PAWS is about the bond between a client and their dog. It is about giving the gift of dignity, companionship, and confidence. It is our client, Michaela, who shared about her service dog, Saffron. I love my service dog, Saffron, so much. She is amazing. She is so smart and helpful. Before I got her, I was not able to be independent, and going out in public was so stressful. She has changed my life so much. Saffron is such a blessing. I love going out in public now. And it is Matt, with his PAWS dog, Fozzie, who shared, I received my furry best friend from PAWS in 2018. It is hard to put into words how much this guy has enhanced my quality of life on a daily basis. My confidence to go out in public independently has greatly increased. I also find myself getting much more exercise with all the long walks, hikes, and play that a dog requires. He is always so excited and ready for an adventure. It really motivates me. PAWS has truly changed my life for the better by providing me with an amazingly loyal, helpful, and lovable best friend. It is those stories that are at the heart of the PAWS mission. But we don't do it alone. PAWS has a family of volunteers, partners, and donors like you. Did you know it takes approximately $35,000 to cover the cost of one assistance dog from PAWS? Today, we are going to break these costs down so you can picture how your gift makes a direct impact in the life of a PAWS assistance dog as they go to transform the lives of their clients. And that brings us back to this bundle of joy and her brothers and sisters that you see here today. Our story begins with a PAWS breeding home where a mama dog gives birth to her puppies. All PAWS mama and papa dogs live with volunteers. Our mama dogs give birth to their puppies in the volunteer home where they live for their first 8 weeks. And these are a busy 8 weeks too. At first, the volunteer helps the mama to care for her babies, making sure the pups get enough to eat and can sleep. After 2 weeks, the puppy's eyes open and they begin to explore their world. The PAWS volunteer then makes sure that the young puppies get special enrichment play and lots of love. The puppies that are with us today are under the care of their mama Gunny and PAWS volunteers Missy and Greg Bonner and their family. They are joining the legacy of PAWS dogs who have increased the independence and quality of life for thousands of people. You can join us and help us make an impact with your gift today. Gift amounts to support our puppy program include $40, which covers the cost of sensory play equipment like you see the puppies playing with today. $100 will cover the cost of vaccines for an entire litter of puppies. And a gift of $125 covers the cost of a whelping kit that helps a new mama and her babies get off to a strong and healthy start. You can make your donation anytime during this event by clicking on the donate button in the chat or going to www.pawswithacause.org. And to see our progress toward our goal for this event, we have a thermometer. And wow, a $1,000 donation already. Thank you so much for your support and for being with us today. At 8 weeks, our newest PAWS puppies are ready to leave their mama and move in with their foster puppy raiser. This group of volunteers is the heart and soul of PAWS. They commit a year of their time to start our dogs off on the right foot, or as we like to say at PAWS, on the right paw. Because the first year of a dog's life is so critical in their training, we have foster puppy trainer Haley Gorenflow, who supports our raisers and our young future assistance dogs. Haley has specialized in early puppy development and is going to explain more about our foster puppy training. Hi, Haley.
Hi, Michelle.
How long have you been with PAWS?
I've been with PAWS now for a little over 2 years.
And why are you so interested in early puppy development?
Young puppies are really fun and interesting to work with because they're kind of like a blank slate. They're pretty moldable, so we can do a lot of activities and training with them to build them to be good working dogs that are confident and happy to work with us.
Nice. And who do you have here with you today?
I have Astro with me here today. She is a 5-month-old golden retriever. She's very excited to be here, and she's from our cartoon litter.
That is so exciting. Astro's from the cartoon litter. Did you know that for a gift of $5,000, you can name your very own Paws litter? You pick the theme or give us some names, and there you have it. You've now become a part of a legacy of dogs who will grow up to change people's lives. Haley, can you talk to me a little bit? First, how long does a foster puppy raiser have a puppy?
Our foster puppies go home at 8 weeks typically, and then they will come back to us to move through the rest of our program at around 14 months. So they are with their raisers for about a year. And Astro here is being raised by Dave and Sandy, her foster puppy raisers.
And what happens in that first year of when they're with their foster puppy raiser?
The foster puppy raisers are in charge of teaching the puppy basic life skills like how to have good manners in the home, how to interact with other people appropriately, and then also basic obedience skills like sit and down and walking nicely on leash. We don't expect our raisers to teach puppies things like how to open doors or do light switches. That's something that the puppies will learn when they're much older.
And you said Astro is 5 months. Can you give us a couple ideas of what they're learning at about 5 months?
Sure. So one thing is I'm showing right now we're working on sit and actually building up the length of staying in a seated position. So this is some self-control that we're working on. We also work on self-control with staying in a down position. Good girl. And I'm giving Astro yummy treats for doing what I've asked.
And why is that so important that they sit or stay for, or go down for a long period of time?
Well, a lot of our clients don't necessarily go and do a lot of things. Some of them do, but not all of them. And so we want puppies to learn how to relax and be able to be calm, especially in situations like going to the doctor's office or going to somewhere like church. So another thing that we'll teach them is to lay down underneath a chair so that they can be out of the way and unobtrusive in the environment. And this is not only great for our clients, but this is also really helpful for our foster raisers so that they can take their puppies wherever they are going to give them life experience. But of course, we don't expect puppies to stay still for too long because they are babies and they don't have the most self-control yet.
One of the things that I think is really interesting is I'm noticing how Astro completely has her eyes on you. Why is that so important?
So with our foster puppies and with all the dogs that we train, we like to build a bond between the dog and the handler. And so when the dog is checking in with their handler frequently, like the way Astro is, then she's tuned into me, and that will translate into a lifelong habit so that when a dog goes to a client to work for them as an assistance dog, the dog is very in tune with their handler and they're ready to help them out at a moment's notice.
One last quick question for you. What is your favorite thing about working with the puppies at this age, at 12 to 14 months, or 8 weeks to 14 months, sorry?
I really enjoy seeing the growth in both the puppies and the raisers. I am just as excited for the raisers when they finally understand how to teach the puppy a new skill as I am to see those puppies when they grow up and they mature, especially the little crazy goofballs when they grow up and they do end up going on to be a working dog.
That's so amazing. Thank you so much for your time, Haley. And now let's check back in with Val.
Thank you, Michelle and Haley. It was so interesting for me as a former foster puppy raiser to hear all of the importance of the positive early puppy development. And I know there might be some of you out there thinking, oh my goodness, I have no dog training skills. I could never do this. Well, I have to tell you something, neither did I. And I learned so much, and PAWS really does give you the foundation as a foster puppy raiser to be able to train those pups. So anyone can truly do this as long as they have love in their heart for those little puppies, and who doesn't have that? Do you want to play a part in early development of our foster puppies? Here are the ways you can support a PAWS foster puppy. By donating $26, you will cover the cost of microchipping 2 assistance dogs. Giving $52, you'll have hip and elbow x-rays for a foster puppy. And for $165, you can sponsor an 8-week-long foster puppy class. Now, during today's event, we have a $15,000 match, which is so exciting, and that means for every microchip, X-ray, or class that you help fund, another donor will double your impact. Now, we're going to draw the first 3 names for the Paws to Celebrate litter. And here we go. The first name, Donna Clark. John Gabrosk. And Keith Oberfield. So there is still time for you to win a chance to name a puppy from the Paws to Celebrate litter. Every donor who gives a gift of $250 or more will be added to the drawing, and we are going to draw 2 more later, and we will be contacting our winners as well. So now, let me introduce you to our training lead, Crystal Vivier. Hi, Crystal.
Hi.
And who do you have with you today?
This is Cato. Cato, good boy.
It is very important to Paws that each dog is custom trained to their client. So now we're going to see some of the specialized training that allows them to change the lives of their clients. So Crystal is part of the Paws team that makes that magic happen. How did you become a trainer, Crystal?
I actually became a trainer because I went through a 3-year apprenticeship program with Paws. In this 3-year program, I learned not only the skills to train an assistance dog, but also the processes that Paws uses to match a dog with a client. And then I also did some of the field representative work after the dog left me in training, where I actually worked with a few of the clients in the field.
And having that master training is really what's helped to customize these dogs. It's so important for them to be able to really relate to that client and have their needs. Now, I know that you have picked Cato for a specific reason, haven't you?
I have. I chose Cato for his client, A, because of his size. He's a pretty big boy. His client uses a large power chair like I have here, and she will require a task called a brace transfer. So I had to have a dog of a good size to help her transfer from her chair to the bed. A short dog would have been more difficult for her and could have been a fall risk. And I also chose him because he has a very strong work ethic and he wants to work a lot, and she has quite a large task list and she has 12 tasks. So I needed a dog that would be able to work all of her tasks every day for her and not lose stamina.
And also, you don't just pick the dog for what they can physically do. You really want to make sure that there's a match with the personality.
Yes. So Cato's client is very active in her community. She's involved in her church. She does a lot of activities throughout the day outside of going grocery shopping and to doctor's appointments. So I needed to make sure I found a dog that would socially fit into her life as well. And Cato has quite a bubbly and fun personality that she's going to really enjoy when she goes out to functions in her community.
What are some of the favorite things that you love about Cato?
I love that Cato is kind of a goof. He loves to work and he has quite a puppy attitude. Don't you, buddy? Good boy. He also has quite a drive to work. He's like a sponge. He wants to learn everything I teach him, and that's a very good quality for a service dog.
Well, let's see him in action.
All right, Cato, heel. The first task I'm going to show is the most important and most requested task that we get from clients, and it is called the retrieve. Sit. Good boy. So I have 3 objects here today that Cato's going to pick up for me, and they are all different textures. It's very important that they could pick up anything the client could drop, from a dime to a pencil to even a spatula. Sit. Wait. So I have paper, some plastic, and some cloth. There are 3 basic parts to the retrieve. There's the pickup, there's the delivery, and the hold. And each piece is important so that the retrieve is controlled and that Cato only picks things up when I ask for it. So you can see he's waiting very patiently, but eager to do this. Take. Bring. Give. Good boy. Heel. You can see he comes into my right side by the wheelchair controls, and this is where the client's strong hand is, so it's very important that he brings it to the hand that will easily be able to take the object from him. Sit. Good boy. Take. You got it. Bring. Take. Yeah, buddy. Here. Give. Good job.
Why
Heel.
is it so important for you to say hold?
Sit. It is so important because what if he had a credit card in his mouth? We don't want him to chomp that and put holes in it, and we also don't want him to crush anything like a wooden pencil. So it's important that he has a soft mouth and that he holds the object until the client asks for it. She doesn't have a lot of dexterity or strength in her hand, so it could take her a minute to be able to get that object from his mouth, and I want to make sure that he's patient and he holds it for her so that she's ready for it. Kato, take. You got it, buddy. Bring. Hold, give.
It's
Nice
amazing
job.
to me to see the fact that he can pick up
Yep.
that tiny piece of paper.
Yeah.
How do you get them used to the different textures?
Sit. I spend a lot of time introducing each different texture to him. I put it in his mouth, I teach him to hold it, and I teach him to bring it to me before I ever ask him to have to put it in his mouth and pick it up from the floor.
And you use several different words. It's amazing also to me that he can understand what each individual word means.
Yes. He's going to do 12 different tasks, and each one has a different name. So I've spent a lot of time teaching him discrimination, that this name equals this, and this name equals this, so that when his client asks for that, he knows exactly what she's asking for.
And then you also had to get him used to, you know, the power wheelchair. You just
Yes.
you demonstrated that, but that's something also too that he, you know, you have to make sure you have a dog that's not afraid of that.
Yes. So I spend a lot of time with each of my dogs in training, finding which equipment they're comfortable with. We serve clients that are in power wheelchairs, manual wheelchairs. They could use crutches or a walker. So I made sure that Kato was going to be very comfortable with this big chair that has a lot of wheels on it, so that when he goes to his client, he's fully prepared and that she doesn't have to work through any issues with him in the home.
You've got one more task you're going to show off.
Yes. So his client doesn't have a lot of strength in her upper body, so he will remove her jacket, and by him being able to do this task for her, she doesn't have to have an aide come in the afternoon to help her at night before bed. You ready? Free? Take. Get it. Take.
Boy, he is determined, isn't
Give.
he?
Yes, he is. This side. Good boy. Take. Back. Give. Yay, good boy.
Oh, it was so exciting seeing Kato in action. Thank you so much, Crystal, for
Yeah.
demonstrating for us. And I hope all of you watching got to really see the impact that your dollars can have today by helping these dogs get to the clients and give them their independence. You know, I got to see firsthand the Paws dog that I raised, CJ, working with her client at home. And it brought tears of joy to my eyes to know that she is now being able to give somebody their independence. This young woman with cerebral palsy can live in her own apartment by herself because of CJ and because of all of the work that PAWS does to make sure that the puppies are raised well, that they're trained, and also that they are custom trained to their clients. A PAWS field representative delivers the dog to the client's home, where the field rep will continue to work with the team until they are certified. Now, this process usually takes about 6 to 8 months, and then the team is recertified every 2 years. But our support of the team does not end there. The field rep is available to support the team throughout the lifetime of the dog. Many of our clients have disabilities which are progressive, and this means that their needs may change. The field rep remains available to help if additional tasks need to be taught to the dog or if the team needs specialized adaptive equipment to assist the client. PAWS is committed to supporting the client-dog team, and we can't do this without you. So here are a few more ways that your gift can make an impact. $150 covers the cost of interpreting services for an in-home needs assessment for a hearing dog client. $250 covers the cost for adaptive equipment for 2 clients. And $500 covers the cost to send a dog home. You can make your donation anytime during this event by clicking that donate link in the chat or going to pawswithacause.org. But I think right now it's time for another drawing. John Gaborzek. Congratulations, John. You have a few more minutes left to donate your gift of $250 or more to enter your name into our final drawing. So let's check our thermometer to see how we are doing so far towards our goal. Remember, we have a $15,000 match for your donations today. And we are at $54,000, $509. We are trying to get to that $100,000 goal. I know we can do it today. And now we have a special video to share with you that shows the impact a PAWS dog has in the life of a client and his family.
Rocco was diagnosed with autism just before his third birthday. So early in that time, we were kind of searching out different therapies. Rocco is not only with just dogs, but animals in general. He just has like a sixth sense somehow, like horses, dogs. He bonds, he's so gentle. Generally, he's very high energy, but when he's around any animal, he gets very gentle.
At different fairs that we go to, we always, are very active, in the community and finding resources, for kids on the spectrum and things to help Rocco. And so usually at all the fairs or kind of outdoor activities, there's always been representatives from PAWS at these places. And so Rocco always gravitated to their table and information area, and just seeing how he bonded and just kind of was drawn to the the other dogs that work with PAWS. We just thought it was a good idea for him. Typical day, they're up early in the morning, so Rocco is an early riser. He always has been, and so he's up early. So we know when they're up because we hear her collar jingling and him running up and down the stairs. And so that's how they start out. They're the first ones up. Throughout the day, I mean, they're pretty much together. Just having time outside. They both, when the weather permits. They both like getting outdoors. She pretty much gets her daily walks. Pretty much
family walks. Couple miles. They like to walk together.
That's their biggest activity, and just spending time together.
One of the big things with autism is it's kind of a hidden disability, if you will. People don't look at Rocco and think that he's disabled. So a lot of times the first question we get is, oh, are you guys training? And we're like, no, this is actually our son's service dog for a child with autism. So I think that it's a good opportunity for us to kind of educate the community about autism, and that they're like, well, what types of things does the dog do? They want to know all about Oakley. So I think it's been a huge benefit. People want to know all about Oakley and how Oakley helps Rocco, and then I think it also helps Rocco, it opens the door for social opportunities, because when kids ask about the dog, then it kind of, I'm like, Rocco, what do you want to tell them? And I'll tell them about Oakley's name, and how old Oakley is. So it kind of gives him those opportunities to have conversations that he wouldn't initiate himself. Oakley's just been like a very calming presence for Rocco. He would, before we had Oakley, we feel like there was a little bit more stereotypical behavior where he would get bored, maybe play with water or play with things inappropriately. But having Oakley here just has that kind of calming presence. Even when they're not doing anything together, Rocco could just be like on the couch, and having just Oakley nearby just seems to just kind of calm him down. So I think just a couple things, having Oakley and then maturing over the years has just really made a big difference in his life.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I just think that companionship has been a very big deal.
Yeah.
Yep. Oakley always knows exactly what everyone needs, not just Rocco. So she is just very attuned to everyone's emotions and where they are. I mean, she's just always available to give someone comfort, and so that's just been the amazing part about having her. I mean, she is just very much a family dog. Even with all the training from PAWS, I mean, she knows when the vest is off. I mean, she's just at home and just a part of the family, and so I think that's been one of the most amazing things.
She just really is a huge benefit to the entire family. If someone's upset or needs calming or excitement, she, like Raphael said, she is very in tune to everyone's emotions, and she serves whatever purpose she's needed. It's so much more than just having a family pet. Some people think my hands are so full, I can't take on one more thing. And it's not that way at all. I think I was sharing with someone the other day, the benefit of having Oakley far outweighs any additional responsibility of having a dog. Been a huge, I think, a weight lifted to be able to do simple tasks that people take for granted by having Oakley here with Rocco.
Yeah, definitely. I tell them they're doing God's work. I mean, they're having an amazing impact on families, and in ways that they'll never know. They'll never be able to measure the tremendous impact that they're having on families when they train a PAWS dog. Families who have kids on the spectrum and growing up with autism, I mean, they want their kids just to have the best life possible, and friendships and relationships. So I think that's just been the biggest thing is Rocco has a best friend.
He's got his own best friend. Yeah.
Yep, that's there. And so I think that's just amazing impact.
I'm so happy to introduce you to Rocco's parents, Toya and Raphael Turner, and their Paws dog, Oakley. As you saw in the video, Toya and Raphael are parents to 10-year-old Paws client Rocco, as well as their daughter Roxy. Rocco was diagnosed with autism at the age of 3. Thank you for being here with us today and sharing your beautiful story and family with us.
Thank you for having us.
Now, this is Oakley. How long have you had her?
Oakley joined the Turner family with us in January of 2019, so almost 2.5 years.
You know, some people, when we saw the demonstration with Cato, and Cato was picking things up, when you envision an assistance dog, you imagine them retrieving items from a floor or maybe pulling an alarm. What kind of task does Oakley do for Rocco?
Oakley serves a number of tasks for Rocco. One of the things that people often take for granted is something as simple as grocery shopping, like you saw in the video. Before we had Oakley, going to the grocery store would be very difficult. Rocco might go up and down the aisles, pull things off shelves. So having Oakley there with Rocco when we grocery shop is a very calming presence for Rocco. It keeps Rocco with the family. Outside of that, Oakley serves as a constant companion, companionship. Lots of helps Rocco to calm down for sleep at night. That's something new that Oakley's helping with. So a wide range of tasks that Oakley helps Rocco with.
I know one of the things I was really interested in the video is when you guys were walking, there were 2 leashes on Rocco's cape. Can you explain why there were 2 leashes and what that does?
Sure. Yeah, so the special leash, just for Rocco, it's a Velcro leash and it straps right to his wrist. And so it allows him to be attached to her vest. And she really helps him to have like the independence that he so desperately craves. I mean, he's 10 years old. He sees, the other kids out and about in the neighborhood, running up and down the street and doing things independently. And so to have Oakley attached to him, it gives him that confidence. As Toya mentioned, when we're out at a grocery store or going shopping at a mall or at a shopping center, just in normal times when we can get, out and about. And it just gives him that reassurance to be able to move about, have Oakley attached to him, and gives him that independence that he really craves as he starts to get older.
And we've seen that impact with Rocco, with Oakley and Rocco and their bond. What is Oakley's impact on the whole family?
I think that's one of the things that surprised us so much. We actually were talking about that on the way to Grand Rapids this morning, what an impact Oakley has had even on little sister Roxy. Just having that constant companion for both the kids, for us. She's so loyal, that smiling face after a long day, even if you're just in the home office with COVID, stepping out of your busy day and having just her calming presence, her amazing demeanor. She's just been amazing for the whole family. Roxy now wants Oakley to sleep with her too.
Yeah, she definitely has just an extra sense. I think how she has supported our entire family is that, Oakley is just so attuned to everyone's emotions. In addition to what she does in assisting Rocco, like physically and being connected with him when he goes out, it's just how she reads people, and that's for myself, to Toya, to Roxy. So she just knows where you are emotionally, and so her emotional IQ is off the charts. And so anytime that someone is like really stressed out or overwhelmed, she knows when it's been that type of day. And so to have her, I mean, she's just right there, always ready to serve, always ready to snuggle up and give kisses, and she just has such a calming presence on everyone that has really been amazing, and something that we could have never imagined when she first joined us.
Oh, that is so nice. One of the things we were talking about before we came in today was the difference of when the cape comes on. And for some of you that don't know out there, our dogs wear what's known as a cape, which tells them that they're a Paws dog and they're working. And so what's the difference when the cape is on and when the cape is off?
There's a big difference, and Oakley knows it. When the cape is off, she's family dog. She's just part of the family. She's kissing, she's snuggling. She gets her cape on and she just stands a little prouder. She knows it's work time, so she's very in tune that it's time to take care of business. So she goes from just, your typical family lab to going to work, just like we do in our 9 to 5s.
Yep, absolutely. She definitely has that human quality of knowing when work time is over. and you know, she's off the clock, so to speak, and she is just ready to relax, be herself. You know, really matching the kids' energy. If they are really riled up and high energy, she'll dance with them. She'll run around and just have a good time, and it's really good to just see her just really be able to relax and know that she's at home and she's in a safe space, and that she could just run around like the rest of the kids in the family.
Oh,
And we found out recently she also likes to bounce on the trampoline.
that was a great shot in the video. So when you got your Paws dog, you became part of the Paws family as well. Can you tell a little bit about what it means to be part of the greater Paws With A Cause family?
Oh, absolutely. Just all the support that comes with the Paws dog, knowing that Jen, our trainer, was available if we ever had any questions. Everyone is so supportive, from the field rep, the trainers, you, just knowing that you're part of a family, that you guys are there for us in the future as Rocco's needs change. If we ever need some of Oakley's tasks adapted to Rocco, that you guys are there for us. So it's amazing.
You know, you mentioned Jen. She was your field representative trainer, correct?
Yes.
Talk to me, I know Val mentioned a little bit. Talk to us a little bit about what that means when you have this person, this field representative trainer from PAWS, who's actually coming into your house. What is that experience like, and what does that first month look like?
Oh, it was great. It was great. You know, the kids really looked forward to visits from Jen every week when she would come out and work with us. It just really gave us the support that we needed. We felt very, very supported. I know sometimes families can feel overwhelmed sometimes when, you know, introducing a new family member, a pet, into the home, especially with kids and all the craziness that life throws at you. And so to really be able to have someone that you can call on, that can support us, could also help us to reinforce the commands and really be able to work with Oakley and all the amazing things that she can do. It's, you know, it was so beneficial. You know, we could all, you know, Jen just really felt like a family member. She loves Oakley, loved the family, loved what she did, and so it was just awesome to have that support.
And I think in those early training days, her going out in public with us, giving us that confidence that we could do this from the mall to fairs to the grocery store. She was right there to support us. And when she said that we were ready, we knew that we were truly ready. So it was amazing.
So what's that transition like from going from one day where you didn't have the dog and then now you're going into a mall, which I think sometimes was probably maybe a little bit of a scary experience before because you didn't know what to expect, but now having Oakley by your side when you go out?
Oh, I think it's just more enjoyable for the entire family. Whether it's going to get a haircut with Dad at the mall and Oakley's right there to be that calming presence, and also just the social opportunities that having Oakley brings for Rocco, people asking him questions, so engaging him in conversation, to simple things like me going with Rocco and Roxy to the grocery store, just having that reassurance and confidence that, you know, it's going to be an easy trip.
Yeah, her demeanor definitely rubs off on us. I mean, just her calming presence. Just as Toya just mentioned, you know, the barbershop was a big deal going for Rocco. All the different sounds and noises and things that go there was really could be an overwhelming experience from him from a sensory standpoint. And so just having like Oakley like at his side or sitting at his feet in the barbershop, I mean, it was just amazing. The barber was just like, oh my God, this is a different kid. He's just sitting like so nicely to get his hair cut because, again, he had that reassurance that Oakley was there for him and just there to support him.
No.
And we've talked a lot about Oakley's calming effect. She also has a very playful side. So when Rocco needs to burn off that energy, they're outside, they're playing, you know, ball. She's playing chase with them. So she really matches, I think you mentioned, matches the energy to what we need.
Nice. And now you've given back in another way, and you recently joined our board of directors. What made you decide to take that next step and want to get involved in that next level with PAWS?
Oh, absolutely. So Raphael and I both try to stay active in our community. We try to give back through volunteering, board service. So when the opportunity presented itself to join PAWS as a board member, for me, it was a very easy fit and a an easy decision to make. To serve an organization that's done so much for our family personally, it's been amazing. I want to be part of the family. And also, I think it's very important to have a representative of each facet of a service dog, so to be able to represent other parents of children with autism for PAWS.
Just one last question. Is there anything else that you wanted to share as we were talking today?
Yeah, sure. I would just say that for any family that is interested in being connected with Paws for a Cause, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I would definitely do it. I mean, it's been just a huge blessing to our family for Rocco, and we would just encourage anybody who's really interested in to have this experience. I mean, it's just really a world-class organization from all the staff to the volunteers to the amazing donors that are out there. This is just really an important cause, and just words can't express the impact that the animals at PAWS and the pets at PAWS are just having on individuals that need that extra support.
And I would just want to say thank you again, like he said, to the organization for welcoming us as part of the family, for giving us Oakley, for welcoming me to the board, letting us serve, and open the door for hopefully other families to experience the life-changing benefit of having a PAWS service dog.
Oh, wow. Thank you guys so much for being here with today and sharing your story. I know I got chills just listening to you talk, especially going to the barber. So thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
The future clients of PAWS appreciate your willingness to tell your family story and in the hopes of bringing more awareness to what we do. Please donate today and join me in making sure that more kids like Rocco get the chance to meet their own Oakley. Your gift means PAWS can provide even more dogs to clients on our waiting list.
And here is a final check on our thermometer. We are just over $55,000. I know that there's so much more out there that can be given to help support our organization. So you still have a chance, there's still time. But right now, we are going to leave the event open for the next 60 minutes so you can make those donations. And remember, we have a match all day, so this is an excellent opportunity to have your donation doubled. Please join me in supporting the work of Paws With A Cause by donating today. There is a link to donate, as you might have seen, right on the side of your screen, or you can visit pawswithacause.org. And now for our final drawing to name a puppy from the Paws To Celebrate litter. Michelle, would you like to do the honors?
Oh, I would. Thank you so much. And our final winner is Jane and Steve Hoggard. Thank you all for joining us today. If your name was picked today, we will contact you offline so that we can get your puppy name. And again, thank you so much for coming today. Our lines are going to be open to take donations. I know everybody's been watching, so we do hope you can join with us today. And I hope you enjoyed watching the journey and can now picture how PAWS is a family. From a puppy all the way through, every volunteer, partner, and donor holds a piece to the puzzle. But together, we are a family that believes in opportunities for people to live with dignity, companionship, and confidence. We hope that as a result of today's event, you can picture your impact in the life of a PAWS dog and become a part of the PAWS family by donating today. We cannot do this without your support.
And we want to thank you so much for joining us and spending part of us.